This is Milana. Welcome, guys. Well, I haven't done one of these in a long time, actually, with a little flip chart or whiteboard behind me. And so if you're watching, say hi, just so I know I have an audience. And making sure that you can see me. And I'm just checking the pages to make sure that I'm live on every page. So say hello, wave at me, say hi, give me a thumbs up, give me some love so I know you are watching this. I have actually quite a few people watching, so that's awesome. Hi, Andrea, welcome. So you're in the right place if you're here to learn about marketing funnels. I titled this training, Marketing Funnels Simplified. Thank you, Andrea. Says, I can see you. You look and sound great. That's always good to know. I'm actually going to move my microphone just a little bit closer. When you do a lot of podcast interviews and trainings, different hosts will tell you, move closer to your microphone, move away from your microphone, turn on the light, close the curtains behind you. So that's why my curtains are actually closed today, which I never do. Welcome everybody. So I'm curious, guys, what drew you to this training? Like, what's the reason that you chose to spend this time with me, to hang out with me and talk about marketing funnels? Seems like a very boring topic to me. I don't know about you, but what drew you to this topic? So pop it into the comments and let me know why marketing funnels was a topic that attracted you. Hi, Joan. Good to see you here as well. What attracted you to this topic, to this conversation? Why are you here? What is it that you saw me talk about, or the idea of marketing funnels? Why are you here? So let me see if people are answering. And I have kind of like 3 different pages, which is not simplicity, by the way. 3 different pages where I'm just watching comments. But it seems like that's the only way to do that. And I can see people are typing. So yeah, let me know. Natalie says, because of your approach and make it simple. At last, yes, hallelujah. Thank you, Natalie. Is there any other reason that you wanted to learn about marketing funnels? Hi, Rosemary, good to see you as well. Andrea says, I'm teaching my clients who are productivity consultants how to create simple marketing funnels. They know I love you and trust your training. That's awesome. Wonderful. So it feels like you're here because you want to understand and learn about funnels simple and how to do them simply. What's interesting is when I first posted my announcement that I'm going to be doing Marketing Funnels Simplified, somebody, at least one person, maybe a couple more people said, oh, I'd love to look over your shoulder as you build the funnels and with all the diagrams and technology and tools. And I immediately thought, wow, that is the complexity of the marketing funnel, for somebody to want to see the diagrams, the tools, the software, the flow. In fact, if you guys go to the Simplicity Circle main group right now, what I did is I posted just for you like a picture of a funnel. And I said, all the marketing funnels you can handle. This is pretty much what funnels look like. It's kind of, that is the complexity of running your own business if you really want to get into it. So I'm actually going to show you, I'm going to post it right in the post so you can see the complexity, what funnel could look like, because that is a mind-boggling image of a marketing funnel. To me, first, let me just start by saying that I am not a marketing funnel expert or guru by any means. I've done almost 20 years of marketing, and I've built funnels, but I never saw them as a marketing funnel that you build one step at a time and to create that flow from one offer to the next. It's not quite what I always saw marketing funnels. In fact, my marketing funnel looks like this. So you do all kinds of little things, you speak, you network, you write, you do Facebook Lives, you do all kinds of things. And hopefully by the time you're done, it starts producing income for you. And yes, this is a $20 bill that I was able to stuff into my funnel here because I thought that was very, kind of like representative of what we want out of our funnel, right? Yes, Andrea says that she saw that it's crazy how complex funnels can be. So my hope is to really simplify it down to this. And I actually have a little training right behind me, but I'm going to make it very simple, I promise you. Because if it's not simple, it just doesn't get done, right? That's kind of how it works, unfortunately. So complexity really traps us in a stuck point. My goal for you is to really, for me to clarify it enough and to simplify it enough that you will understand the big picture of a marketing funnel. And so you will start seeing what your marketing funnel might look like, and then hopefully know what steps to take next. So that's my intention for this training. Let me start by saying, by talking a little bit about the difference between a marketing funnel and a sales funnel. So it can be really confusing because if you just Google marketing funnel or a sales funnel, whichever one you go with, you will sometimes see the combination of both. And that's what creates a lot of complexity in people's minds. And it is kind of both, but you'll see how I'm gonna train, do the training today. Hopefully it will clarify everything, no more confusion. My goal is to end the complexity of marketing funnels today. So a lot of times when people talk about sales funnels, I think they're actually referring to the series of steps that website visitors have to go through to get to the sale. What happens when somebody lands on your website, they opt in, they are invited to buy some kind of a small offer, and then they see a bigger offer, which is called an upsell on the next page. And if they don't buy, they start receiving emails from you until they buy or until they say, see ya, I'm not interested anymore, right? So that's a typical or a classic internet marketing sales funnel, I would say, right? So a sales funnel is what happens between a visit to a website and the sale. A marketing funnel, let me see if that makes sense. And go ahead, you can always ask questions. And hi, Madeline, good to see you. Feel free to pop your questions into the comments. I'll keep checking it. But I just want to kind of give you the big picture. The marketing funnel and the sales funnel, they can be all in one, but it's easier to see that a sales funnel is what happens when somebody lands on your page. Now, notice that I'm using internet marketing terms because if you are a public speaker, you might not even use the word web page in your sales funnel. It just looks very different, right? Maybe you're speaking from stage, somehow you got in the event and you're speaking on stage, and people, you make an offer, people rush to the back of your room, and your team is welcoming the new customers and then upsells them into something else. Or maybe they process the original sale, then they go home and they call your customers and say, hi, you were at Madeline's event and you purchased this parenting program. We would like to let you know that there's something else available. And also Madeline does coaching, if you really get stuck with your, with your parenting system. So that funnel will look very different than from somebody who sells cat food, right? When somebody lands on the cat food's website, opts in, finds out what is available, and is moved through the process of buying something. So this is what creates complexity, is because every business model is different. And your business model will guide how your marketing and sales funnels will look like. That's what is very confusing, overwhelming, and complex, right? So a marketing funnel is actually what happens between awareness and a sale, right? And so I want to welcome all the people who just joined me. I see a whole bunch more. So hi, guys. I would love to know what made you want to pop in this training and learn more about this very boring topic called marketing funnels. So let me know why you're here. Why are you spending this time with me and with us in the group here? What attracted you to learning more about marketing funnels? Is that really confusing and overwhelming? Is it exciting and you want to learn more? Is it something you've always wanted to do but were scared to touch? So definitely let me know. And for those of you who haven't seen it, this is my marketing funnel. For those of you who missed it, and if you do things the right way, Hopefully, well, this is supposed to kind of come out of the funnel, but it's no longer shaped that way. But yeah, hopefully all the activities that you do will result in money coming out of your marketing funnel on the other end, right? So that's the idea. It should be that simple. All right. So, yeah, I mean, all sales funnels and marketing funnels are different depending on your business model. So what I will be sharing today, guys, will give you the fundamental understanding of a typical marketing funnel for people who sell expertise online. So for coaches, authors, speakers, consultants, and I would say information marketers, unless all you're doing is just driving people to your website, and that's what the sales funnel actually starts. It's a little different. So I would say coaches, authors, speakers, experts, consultants are the people who should be in this training. And if you do marketing, I want marketing Milanaized. I need to look up on Google how to pronounce that, Madeline, but I like that. I love that. So if you've been really confused about how to create a marketing funnel and what is a marketing funnel, this is the training for you. If you are a marketing expert, I actually have seen quite a few people who join this training, because you teach marketing to your clients. Maybe this will help you see where people get kind of stuck and how to simplify this whole concept for them. So if you're ready, I'm going to go ahead and stand up and move my little chart away so you can actually see it. All right, let me make sure that you can see it. Oh, and that you can see me too. That would be helpful, wouldn't it? All right, so here's my little secret classroom, which kind of stands behind me. And I'm sure you'll be able to see it, although I'm going to get a little bit closer to the camera. This is a homemade classroom. Wow. Okay, I think this will work. All right, so I kind of covered it because I wanted you, maybe I should just do this so you could see me and the chart. There we go. So I'm going to turn this off so there's no glare. So what I want to do is kind of start with, so I'm going to open this. I want you to actually, you know what, I'm just going to keep it covered because I don't want any classroom simplified. That's right, Madeline, because I really want you to focus on one thing at a time. It's kind of challenging with a setup like this, but that's okay. So what I wanted you to see first is the whole idea that it starts with, okay, I'm going to do this. This is all we're going to talk about it, I promise. This is as overwhelming as it gets. And by the time, like in about 15, 20 minutes, you'll think that this is just a piece of cake. That's how simple it's going to be. So as I said, the marketing funnel is what happens between awareness and sale. And there are like 7 steps that happen between those two things, awareness and sale. The way that I'm going to make it very simple for you is by starting from the final thing that we want people to happen, that is the sale, right? So in order for the sale to happen, you need some sort of a sales page, right? Now, again, if you're a speaker, you may not have a sales page in your room. It's just going to be, I mean, you will have an order page, but it's going to be a little different. So let me just walk you through this, and then any questions are welcome. I just want to make sure that you understand the bigger picture. So sales page is where the customer says, okay, I'm ready to buy. I want to know more. And let me check the testimonials out. Let me see how much it costs. So all these details are going to end up on your sales page, right? What are the modules? What are the topics that you're going to be teaching me about? Or what am I going to get, right? So that's the sales page. And of course, it's going to have the buy now button. It might have all the bonuses, the deadline, like all the details about your product or program are going to show up in your sales page. So this is the final piece of your of your marketing funnel. Now, a lot of times what happens is people will start talking about sales funnel from the moment somebody lands on a sales page. They'll say, okay, so they will take the first offer, then there will be the next offer, and then if they don't buy, they'll start receiving emails. So like that's a sales funnel. I want to walk you through the marketing funnel, and this is the final piece, the last piece of the marketing funnel, sales page. And now we're going to walk backwards, so that will make a lot more sense, right? So in order to have a sales page, what you need is an offer. You need to know what is it you're selling. So your offer might be things like, what exactly are you charging? What are you offering? So you need to design your offer that you can then put on your sales page. A lot of people will have a sales page and it's just a general description of a service, and it's not compelling enough, right? So you want to have an offer that builds up your value of what you're selling. So that's the offer. Let's move up. We're going backwards in the order, from the last to the first piece. Then, in order for you to actually present your offer to your audience, you need an audience. You need a mechanism to present your offer, and I call it the talk. So this could be your teleseminar, your webinar, your Facebook Live, your live stream, your talk from stage, whatever you want it to be, right? The talk. Some people will call it a signature talk. I'm calling it the talk because this is your educational, promotional presentation, right? So you might teach people something and then make your offer. So you need some sort of a webinar or presentation. Hopefully that makes sense so far. And if it doesn't, flag me and pop the questions right in the chat. I actually see your comments as I'm teaching this. All right, let's move up a step. In order for you to have people actually participating in your webinar or listening to your talk or watching your live stream video, however you're delivering it, you need a nurture sequence. You could call it an email sequence. You could call it a sequence of steps that gets people to attend, to participate, to watch your talk, right? So all the emails, and sometimes it's not just emails, it could be your social media post. It could be confirmation calls from your sales team. I don't know, however you were getting people to your talk. But the nurture sequence gets people to attend, to sign up and to attend your talk, right? I see a whole more people just signed up or just joined me. So hi, guys. I don't know if I even introduced myself. I just kind of started teaching. I'm assuming that everybody in the Simplicity Circle group knows me, but I'm Milana Lashinsky, and I'm teaching Marketing Funnel Simplified, the most boring topic they can possibly imagine. So to really spice it up, I was showing people how simple my marketing funnel looks like, where if you do everything right and you put all the right ingredients, hopefully, by wonderful magic, money will start popping out of your funnel. So, all right, I'm going to stop showing it. So the nurture sequence means that you're getting people into the talk. Now, who are you sending the nurture sequence to? Well, your audience, of course. So the step up is building an audience, all the things that you do to build the audience. This will look different depending on what kind of things you do. You could be doing free workshops. You could be doing you could be doing, all kinds of things to build an audience, which technically means just building a list, right? You could be attracting your, creating your client attraction platform, like your podcast, your interviews, networking, speaking, your Facebook group, joint venturing. Maybe you do blogging or online challenges. So regardless of the strategies that you choose, you will be building an audience so that you could send them a nurture sequence, invite them to your talk, where you're going to present the offer that's going to send them to the sales page. Do you see how it all starts kind of working together, right? And then in order to have an audience or to have a mailing list, you need a freebie, something that you give away for free. And in our market, it's called lead magnet, because it attracts prospects and leads to you, right? So a lead magnet could be something like a free ebook, free report, free assessment, an infographic, a video training, right? So that's a lead magnet that you give away somewhere on your website, hopefully in a very prominently located place on your website. Now, in order for the lead magnet to attract people, well, it needs to be a good lead magnet. It needs to be something that people want to request. But what you need is visibility for your brand, for your website, and for you personally, right? So visibility essentially means that you are creating visibility opportunities. So this is where you are maybe doing, again, this is where you are doing your traffic generation activities. Maybe this is where you do search engine marketing, or you do joint ventures. A lot of people create visibility opportunities by way of partnering with other people. This is where you get interviews, right? So all of these things that you do is you're creating visibility opportunities, and then from there you're inviting people to your free lead magnet, where you're building an audience so that you could send them an email sequence with inviting them to hear your webinar or your talk, so that you could announce your offer, so that those people could go to your sales page and buy from you. And I want to see if you guys feel like, does this make sense? This is like a bigger picture of everything that's happening in the marketing funnel. Whatever it will look like, you need a way, you need a place for people to place an order. Maybe instead of a sales page, you have a person who takes orders. It doesn't matter. The point is that you need somewhere for people to place their orders. In order for you to have a sales page, well, you need to know what you're selling. So you need to design your offer, right? Thank you, Madeline. Thank you, Andrea. I'm glad it makes sense. And in order for you to introduce your offer, you need some kind of a presentation, like a webinar, a teleseminar, a Facebook Live, however you deliver your talk, your material, right? And in order for you to have people see your talk or hear your talk, hi, Jamie. Hi, Natalie. Thank you, guys. I'm glad that makes sense for you. You need an email sequence or a nurture sequence. I didn't write an email sequence because not everybody uses email. Some people use, especially now, we're talking about 2017 or whatever. So we're talking about a time when there's chat bots, when there's social media, where there's push messages, right? But the simplest way to design a nurture sequence is just a series of emails. That's really all it is that gets people into your talk. But in order for you to have people to send your email sequence or your nurture sequence, you need a list. You need an audience that is watching you and following you. You need followers. This is why you build your audience. And building your audience simply means that you have a platform where people can come in and be part of what you do. So for example, my audience lives in two places. I have a mailing list that lives in Infusionsoft, and I also have my Facebook group. That's another place where my followers follow me. So I have an audience in two different places. Do you have a platform where people can come and be part of your audience? If you are a blogger, then that's where your audience lives, in your blog publishing notification list. If you're a podcaster, then that's where your subscribers are coming into. If you have a YouTube channel, then your audience will live on your YouTube channel as subscribers. So you need an audience. In order for you to build your audience, you need to give something away for free. Your lead magnet, whatever that may be, a freebie, some kind of a freebie that will attract the right people for everything else you offer. And in order for people to see your lead magnet, you need to create visibility opportunities, which will be things like speaking on telesummits, being interviewed, speaking at other people's events, networking, writing, designing infographics, content sharing, this whole concept of content marketing, where you just push content out there and people just come to your website where you give away lead magnets. So One last thing I'm going to say, again, this is going to be a very short training. By the way, all of this, I teach and support people in implementing by actually in my program. I'm starting a new mentorship and mastermind program next year. I see a lot of people who already signed up for that program are already here. And simplicitycircle.com/mastermind is where you can learn more. But that's kind of the foundational training. And then we implement all of those pieces for 6 months. It's a mentoring and mastermind program where you really get my support and my training, where we go every month. We go into one of these items so that you could implement and actually create your own marketing funnel. But the one last thing I want to tell you guys is that there is a very deep connection between all of these pieces, particularly when people tell me, yeah, I am doing all of these things. I have something I'm giving away, and I have a podcast, and I do send them emails and reminders. And people even come to my webinar, but nobody's buying. Or people will say, yeah, I do all of these things, but nobody's coming to my talk. Nobody's coming to hear me. Well, the challenge is here is that this is why I'm teaching it in such a archaeal way, like I'm using an arc here, because everything has to connect. The people that you get in front of, which is your visibility opportunities, they have to be the right people to buy what you're selling on this page, or your marketing funnel will not work, right? I'm going to give you an extreme example. Let's say that you're getting in front of women who are trying to lose weight, and you are just going to all these weight loss workshops, and you speak and you talk about confidence, and then what you're actually selling is how to start a business. Some people who want to lose weight also want to start a business, but what are the chances of that being true, of that being accurate, right? So if you are selling, and if your offer, if what you want to sell is how to start a business, you better get in front of people who are thinking of starting a business. And then you'll give them something for free so that they can start learning a little bit more about you, your brand, but mainly about the thing that they want, maybe a checklist of how to start a business, 7 steps to starting a business, free checklist, or, 3 biggest mistakes new business owners make, whatever your lead magnet may be. And then you lead them into your, through your sequence. And by the time they get here, they are the right people to buy this offer. So there has to be some kind of a connection there in order for this to work. So I'm curious, I feel like I'm a teacher. I'm curious, where are you in this funnel? What is missing right now? Like, where are you? Are you creating visibility opportunities, but not really building your audience with a lead magnet? Like, do you have an audience maybe on Facebook, but you're not really able to get people into your webinar or your talk? Where are you in your marketing funnel? I'm curious. So I'm going to kind of take a sip of water and wait for you to respond to that question. Where are you stuck? What is feeling like it's not working in your marketing funnel? Crickets, crickets. Andrea says, I need help with visibility. I have most of the others in place, at least partially. That's an interesting point, actually, Andrea. A lot of people will build everything out. They'll have the website, the webinar, they'll have a program that they're selling. They have the emails, they have like a lead magnet, but there's something here that's not happening. Something here that's not happening, like not getting enough visibility, right? So that's a very good realization to come to, right? Madeline says email writing, which would be your nurture sequence. So making sure that the emails are attracting people to attend this webinar, right? That you are pushing the right buttons, so to speak, in order for people to say, yes, I'm interested in this webinar. And again, if you have gained visibility, if you put yourself in front of the right people for this talk, then you will get people to attend your webinar. You have to really kind of think through all of these pieces together? Are the people that you are putting yourself in front of going to be interested in the topic of your webinar or your talk? Andrea says, yes, this is helpful to see this clearly. Perfect. So you build this out, and what you're missing is the visibility pieces. So would it make sense for you, Andrea, to spend more time and kind of like focus more on building visibility, on putting yourself in front of your audience? And I'll be honest with you, this is the scariest thing for people to do, because all of this is just you working with your website or your content or your system to put everything together. When you go here, visibility, that's where, you know, you're starting to put yourself in front of people. That's where your heart starts pounding, depending on the kind of person you are. Although I'm sure that there are a lot of people who may be watching this are saying, oh, I speak to people all the time. I go networking, I do lunches, I'm in front of groups all the time. I'm just not making any money. So for you, then it may be worth looking at, okay, well, what are you selling? And is the offer matching the people that you are putting yourself in front of? All right, let me see. There's some more comments here. Okay. So Teresa says, in the lead magnet, I do not attract the right audience. That's a good realization, Teresa, because whatever you're giving away here must serve almost like as a prerequisite to the offer, right? Because whoever said, yes, I'm interested, they raised their hand, that means that now you know that they have this problem or this desire, and your product or program is going to solve it. So that's a great realization to think about. How can you, I mean, of course, it's always easier to modify your lead magnet than your offer, because what you offer is your program, your core service, right? So what kind of lead magnet do you need? Patricia says, nurture sequence and building audiences. So where are we? Building audiences. Yeah, so you're like somewhere in the middle. You have visibility and you have stuff to sell. You just need to fill this marketing funnel with more essence, so to speak, right? Building audiences. So you need to capture the people that you are building visibility with, and then you need to start sending them stuff that gets them excited about everything else in your funnel. Visibility and the talk, Jamie says. Yes, so visibility and the talk. So this is really interesting. Does that mean, Jamie, that you have the offer and you actually have the lead magnet and all the other pieces? And by the way, you may have all these pieces already, but they're still not effectively, you're still not making money. That means that it's time for you to really examine each of these pieces to see that everything flows right. You can call it troubleshooting. You can call it, like really finding the holes in your funnel, even though it's really funny because funnel already has a hole, but the only thing you want to come out of there is the profit, the result, right? Let's see, I saw another one. Kate says, for the past 37 years, I have worked entirely off word of mouth referrals. So this is all new for me. Excited to explore funnel options. So this is really interesting because your model, Kate, has really relied on offline strategies, right? So referrals means that you are jumping. This is really cool. So you ready, Kate? Referrals means that you don't need a funnel. It means that you're going from here all the way to the sale. How cool is that? Wouldn't we all want referrals so that you could skip all this marketing funnel mumbo jumbo? I actually talked to several people who said, oh, clients just find me. They just come to me. I don't do any marketing. And they say it very proudly. But the thing is that word of mouth is unpredictable. As you know, referrals, you cannot count on referrals to bring you business unless you're really focusing on that strategy. This is not a passive strategy. You need to generate referrals very proactively. But what I'm saying is that when you have referrals, you're basically going from here right into here. And when somebody buys something from you and they love you and they just cannot wait to talk to others about you, what happens is you just continue, bringing people in. Somebody bought something, they're happy, and they bring somebody else. So you're like kind of like, this is your funnel right there, sales page, right? Let's see. Jamie says, mostly the talk. If I knew exactly what to say, it'd be a lot more visible. I actually like being visible. That's a good point. So first of all, yes, Jamie, so the talk, we're going to work on the talk in my mastermind program. I know you joined. By the way, for those of you who just joined, guys, if you are interested in working with me to help you develop your marketing funnel, specifically to sell your expertise online, go to simplicitycircle.com/mastermind. And if some kind soul could just post that address right in the chat, in the comments, I would really, really appreciate it. So I can just continue with this. simplicitycircle.com/mastermind. Thank you, guys. But it's interesting. A lot of people don't like being visible. So they'll focus all of their business, like 95% of their business activity, on building all of this, on creating. They never put themselves out there through visibility. Visibility is the scariest thing. That's a good realization. Let's see. Thank you, Andrea. I see a few people are putting the links for me. Jamie says, I have all of it, so I need the talk. Perfect. This makes sense, Teresa says. Wonderful. And Madeline says, when you go online, you need marketing. Yes, because you are one of thousands or millions of people. Thank you, guys. You keep posting the link. Of people who can be found online doing what you do, right? So marketing becomes really important. Unique marketing becomes really important. Awesome. Jamie says, I'm so in. Yay. Very cool. Okay. So, are there any questions, any clarifications that you guys need about any of this? Because I kind of want to know, what do you feel is the next step for you? And while you are asking, I'm going to actually take a seat so that I could rest my booty and move this out of the way a little bit. You can still see it, right? I think you can. So, yeah, I'm going to move out of the way so you can still see it. There. It's the reverse. There we go. So Jamie says, I need to do things better, even if I have most of it, though. Yes. And I want to be professional. Yeah, for sure. Because what's happening right now is that the internet marketing industry went from, look at this ugly page. It's homemade, but look at all the value that I can offer you. And so a lot of ugly pages used to sell because it was inexpensive to create and it wouldn't feel too commercial. It would feel like very personal. And what's happening now a lot is people do want to see some touch of professional design, professional look. Now I'm contradicting myself because I got, this little whiteboard in my home office. But actually, my goal is for the light quality and the visibility of everything I'm teaching. This is Facebook Live. This is not a slide-based webinar, which would look very differently. But I just wanted to kind of get you to start thinking about all of these things and how simple it can really be. Could you develop a very complex sales funnel and marketing funnel? Absolutely. Are you developing one? The answer for most of you probably going to be no. Why? Because it's been very complex. And so my hope is that it got a lot simpler. Thank you, Jamie. See you later. Just want to say, people who haven't worked with you before, hitting the gold mine if they sign up with you. Thank you so much. I'm going to quote you, Jamie. Teresa says, I need to learn and implement the nurture sequence. Yeah, and it's not just, okay, here are the 5 email announcements to get people into your talk, right? It's, what do you say? How do you talk about it so that the content of your emails, the content of your nurture sequence really attracts the right people into the webinar or into the talk, into whatever it is you're doing for there. So I want to answer a few questions that came in by email. If you go to simplicitycircle.com/mastermind, thank you so much for posting that link. I'm actually going to post it here simplicitycircle.com/mastermind. That's the place where you can learn about the 6-month mentorship and mastermind program that I'm starting next month, actually mid-December. We're going to start with an orientation, and then we're going to hit the ground running in January. But what this program is all about is really to help you build this out, and not from the technology aspect, because you could really get a virtual assistant for $20-$30 an hour to build this thing out. This is not. It might feel overwhelming technically, but there are a lot of people who can just simply put this all together for you, just like that. It's what goes into these things. What is the title of your talk? What are the emails all about? What is the offer? What is your building, your audience platform, right? Like all these things working together, because if one of these things is out of alignment with the rest of them, what happens is you have a hole in your funnel and you're not getting the results that you are looking for, right? Hi, Kay. Good to see you here. So the program works very simply. We meet twice a month. Once it's a training on one of these topics, and the second time is it's a mentorship and mastermind. So we meet twice a month for 6 months, and we really tackle all of these. One of the biggest things that's going to happen during the program is a lot of people feel like marketing is pushy, marketing is salesy, marketing is dirty. Somebody told me marketing feels dirty. So we're going to definitely look at creating your marketing funnel and the whole arc of the content in a way that feels good to you. And you feel like you're actually, as you're creating all your marketing, that you're actually serving your market, serving the people, right? So this 6-month online marketing mentorship program is really to help you create a marketing funnel that feels good to you and allows you to attract paying clients with ease. The group is, by the way, limited to only 12 people, and I literally have, I think I have 4 or 3 spots left. So if you want to jump in, there is still time to do that. A mastermind program with a high-level mentor who built multi-million-dollar businesses is not priced the way that I priced my program. And I'll tell you why, because I actually want to create a training around how to do all of this, which is why I have priced it at a fraction of the cost what normally you'll see mastermind and mentorship programs are priced. So if you're interested in 2018 being that year where you really build this out and everything kind of flows together and is connected and there's no holes in your funnel, I would love to work with you. Let me see if there are any other questions. Kind of lost this page. There we go. I'm not seeing any other questions. So, oh, Andrea. Hi, Andrea. I didn't see this page with comments. All right. And Sharon says, I'm here because I want to learn what to do when, right? And Robin, hi, Robin. Definitely looking for a simpler model. Joan says, so, okay, this is a great question that I just saw. Do you use email segmentation? So segmentation simply refers to the idea that every person is different. Some people maybe are newbies in your topic. They've never explored, the material that you are teaching them or that you're coaching them. Other people are more advanced. Some people want more information. Other people want more coaching. Some people are from the United States and other people are from other countries. So segmentation simply means that you email different information and different pieces of nurturing sequence to different segments of your list. So I might have 4 different segments of my list in my Infusionsoft. There is a I have a list segment that are specifically of people who raise their hand when I ask them, are you a coach? I wanted to market separately to people who are coaches. And then I have a segment of people who have never had a business, so they're complete newbies. And then I have a segment of my list who are pros, because they said, I've been in business for over 5 years. And so they've been building it. So they're more, there's somebody who have enough experience that they understand. So they're more advanced, right? If I were to try to sell, to talk to them in a way that I talk to newbies, they would be very confused, right? So Joan, to answer your question, you can have email segmentation. However, when you're first starting out and you don't have this built out, what's going to happen is you're going to get overwhelmed with so much complexity when you think about email segmentation, that you are just not going to want to do this at all. And that's what happens with a lot of people. List segmentation through ask campaigns, it's certainly a wonderful thing to do, and it's a very smart thing to do if you have the budget, the team, the skills, the time, all of those things. So this is the simplified marketing funnel. Once you build out this basic funnel, now you can start adding components. For example, my goal is to have multiple offers at the sales page, right? I would like for people to know that I also offer VIP days. I would like for my assistant to call everybody who just signed up. So that's another piece of the sales process, right? Sales funnel. Maybe I want to make different offers at the offer point. Maybe I want to have, multiple lead magnets, right? Which is a very common way to build your audience, is to have multiple lead magnets. Can you do that all right away? Absolutely not. This is when people get stopped and they retreat and they say, I hate marketing, because it can get so complicated, so multi-layered, right? I want you to think about marketing simply as a one layer, one, track, from visibility, from maybe like 2-3 ways that you build your visibility, all the way to one offer. Once you have that, you can build layers into it, right? Natalie says, mucho mahalo, Milana. Oh, that's right, you're in Hawaii. And Andrea says, I still want to work with you. I have to register a new person in my master's program first. Well, message me, because we may have a way to work that makes it a little easier for you financially. There is a 6-pay plan that makes it all very easy, very affordable. Robin says, I'm excited that I have joined. I've been working with Milana. She's amazing. Thank you, Robin. Hi, Andreina. What's an interesting name? Is the training for Infusionsoft, or can you use it with a program such as MailChimp? So the training will have nothing to do with any software. Is that confusing or exciting? The training is not necessarily going to focus on any particular software. We're not going to build this thing, in a particular software. But what we are going to do is plan out every piece, every component of this funnel, right? Based on who you want to work with, what you're selling, right? We're not really building a sales funnel where, you're building a campaign. In other words, if you want something that takes you through the technology of building this training, this mastermind program is not going to be for you. However, I will give you resources and I will point you where you can get help and what tools you do want to use for maximum simplicity. Is that a conundrum? Maximum simplicity? Because simplicity is all about less. Yes, Madeline says hire a VA for that stuff. This is the meat. Because you might have a funnel with all the components, all the little pieces, moving pieces in place, and still not sell anything, because the big picture of your marketing funnel is off. You're not attracting the right people. You're not showing up in the right places. You're not sending the right emails as far as content, right? And Kate says, I love that the training is not about a specific software platform. Well, because you can use anything. Hey, I used to teach membership sites, how to create a membership site. And people would ask me, what software are we going to build it in? And always said, it doesn't matter. Your membership site, your membership program can be hosted by your email. You're just sending content by email. Who cares? Most important thing is that people receive value. And sometimes value can come from the right content, the right pieces in your offer. It can come from the support that you provide. So I'm not going to worry about the technology in this program. I really want to help you build out the content arc for everything you're creating. One layer, doable, yes. So hopefully that makes sense. There's still a lot of people watching. Let me see if there are any other questions here. Joan says, I've used giveaways to build my list. And that's a really cold audience. And I also find that they don't really come to buy. They want the freebie. Yeah, so that's an interesting thing to point out, Joan, is that you may be attracting tire kickers, right? People who just want free stuff. How do you avoid that? Well, you connect your lead magnet to the offer early on. You start seeding. Everything is connected together. By the time people get on your list, they already know that you have something that you offer. That's how you make that connection. Andrea Isaac said, hi, Andrea, you need to come down so we can do the salsa dancing again. I've done the whole funnel, but as I'm changing and refining my target audience, I realize that the language and the offer have to change to better connect with their needs. Yeah, we are evolving with our audience, right? So maybe you're changing, maybe you're going deeper, and so the languaging is very important. You need proper reporting to find where the tweaking needs to be done. Yeah, so we will troubleshoot. That's one of the things we're going to do right away in the program is we're going to troubleshoot and figure out where is the leakage happening? Are you not doing enough? Do you not have enough eyes on your lead magnet, which simply means that you're not doing enough visibility? Are you not building your list, which means that your freebie is not very hot. It's not very juicy. It's not very attractive to the people that you are bringing to your website. Are you not getting people to your webinar, to your talk, to your teleseminar, however you do that? Well, that's because your nurture sequence is not doing its job. Are people showing up on your webinar, but they're not buying? Well, it could be the offer itself, or it could be the sales page, which is how you present the offer. So we're going to definitely look at all of those things. So let me put this up on the screen here. I forgot that I'm using this really cool platform, simplicitycircle.com/mastermind. If you go to this link, you can learn more about my mentorship and mastermind program that we start as early as December, and then we're going to start full out in January. And I would love to work with you guys to help you build this thing out, make sure everything comes together, make sure it's all aligned. The group is limited to only 12 people because I want to be personally answering questions and really kind of digging a little deeper into where you are. Any questions that I have not answered, go ahead and post them in this thread. I'm just looking one last time to see if anything I missed. Yeah, I think we're good. Was this helpful? Are you feeling like you are seeing the next step or the next steps for your for building out your marketing funnel? Thank you, Madeline. Madeline says amazing training. Always love knowing that. Any final thoughts, questions, comments? Has this helped you see it in a simpler way? Awesome. Andrea, I would love to work with you. Just the communications that you and I have had, I think you'd be a perfect fit for this program. So definitely message me and we'll see what we can do to make it more available to you. All right, guys, no questions. I'm not seeing any new requests. Looks like hopefully my job is done. It feels a little bit simpler and more clear. Andrea says it was fabulous. So sorry, have to run with love and thanks. All right. Okay, guys, I think we're good to go. Thank you so much. Do I have money back guarantee? I have a guarantee that I will spend 6 months with you, helping you build out this funnel, and you will feel fully supported, and you'll get my eyes, ears, and brain on your business cake. That's the guarantee that I'm giving you. So there's so many things that we can look at. This is not a product where you buy a product, and if you don't like it, you can get your money back. I literally spent 6 months working with you, and we will make sure that you have the funnel built out in a way that feels good to you and is all aligned, and you can start using it. So that's how I'm going to answer that question for you. All right. Bye, guys. Have a great rest of the week. Bye, everybody.